You hear the term digital transformation thrown around all the time, right? But it's not just some corporate buzzword. It's more like a tidal wave that is fundamentally reshaping every single industry out there, from banking to healthcare. It is completely rewriting the rules of business. And that creates massive opportunities, but only for those who adapt. So I've put together a kind of playbook to help you not just survive this wave, but actually ride it to success. Let's dive in. So let me just start by asking you a really direct question. Is your business truly ready to compete in this new world? Because believe me, the pace of change is only getting faster, and there are new players jumping onto the field who are playing by a totally different rulebook. Okay, first up, the forces of change. Before we talk about solutions, we have to understand the external pressures that are forcing literally every business to evolve, whether they want to or not. And if you want to know the number one driver behind all of this, here it is: customer expectations. It's a staggering statistic, really. 80%, 80, of customers now expect a seamless, personalized, Netflix-style experience from every single business they interact with. That expectation alone completely changes the entire game. But, it's not just that one thing. It's more like a perfect storm of pressure coming from all sides. You've got the huge rise of direct-to-consumer models that are cutting out the middleman. You have industry boundaries just blurring. Tech giants are jumping into banking. Car companies are becoming software companies. Then you've got these new digital native competitors popping up constantly, which leads to way shorter product life cycles and a whole lot more pricing pressure and transparency for everyone. It's intense. So with all that going on, how do you win? Well, it requires a complete, fundamental pivot in strategy. And that brings us to our second section, the new customer playbook. Okay, so think about it this way. The old way of doing business was all product-centric. Companies were organized into these rigid silos. The mortgage department over here, the credit card department over there, and their job was to push their specific product out to you. The new way? It's completely customer-centric. It flips the whole model. The focus is on the customer's entire journey and their major life events, like buying a home. And instead of separate products, you get bundled solutions that actually meet those needs. It's a massive shift from a company out to a customer in perspective. And this right here, this is the most crucial point of all. This one single idea, thinking from the end customer's perspective first, is the most important implication of the entire digital age. It is the absolute, undisputed key to success, and it doesn't matter what industry you're in. But of course, a great strategy needs serious power to make it happen. And that brings us to section 3, the digital engine room. This is the technology that actually powers this whole transformation. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with data. Data is the fuel for this entire engine. And we're not just talking about any data. We're talking about high-quality, harmonized data. What does that mean? It means it's clean, it's consistent, and it's connected across your entire business. Because without that clean fuel, nothing else is going to run. It is the essential raw material. So, if data is the fuel, then artificial intelligence, or AI, is the engine itself. AI is what takes that fuel, processes it, and turns that raw data into personalized experiences for your customers, into intelligent automation for your business, and into those critical insights that give you a real competitive edge. And where does all this happen? Where does this engine run? Well, that's the cloud. You can think of the cloud as the modern factory floor. It's the scalable, flexible, and absolutely essential infrastructure where these digital solutions are actually built, deployed, and run at peak efficiency. Now, here's a huge word of warning. Technology is not a magic bullet. You can't just buy some software and expect everything to change. To really make this work, you have to fundamentally change how you operate. And that's section 4, rewriting the operations manual. So many companies fall into what's called the digital technology trap. This is where their tech spending just skyrockets, but the visible, tangible results stay disappointingly low. And it's no surprise then that a recent survey found that 75% of investors are actually skeptical of many digital strategies precisely because of this disconnect. They see the money going in, but they don't see the results coming out. So what does this new operational blueprint actually look like? Well, it starts with digitizing everything you can for customer self-service. Then you move to intelligent automation of entire workflows, not just one or two little tasks. Of course, that means you have to redefine your core processes from the ground up. From there, it's about making really smart strategic choices, like when does it make sense to build our own tech versus partnering with someone who's already an expert. And finally, you have to adopt agile and flexible planning so you can actually adapt on the fly. All right, let's bring all of this together. Let's talk about the winning mindset you need to really own the digital future. Here is the core strategic insight, and honestly, it might surprise you. Offense begins with great defense. In a world this volatile, just chasing after every new shiny object is a recipe for disaster. Real, sustainable innovation is always built on a strong, resilient foundation. So, what does playing defense mean here? It's not about being passive. It means building resilience into your business so you can withstand market shocks. It means optimizing all your costs to improve your cash flow, which in turn creates a solid foundation for real growth later on. It's about consolidating and strengthening your core business first, because it's this defensive strength that gives you the power and the stability to go on offense and seize those big opportunities when they come along. So there's no question about it. The digital future has arrived. It's already here. And the principles for success are pretty clear. Be obsessed with your customer, be powered by technology, and be operationally sound. So the only question that's really left is, what's your next move?